A pimp has to have his game tighter on his bottom bitch than on any other bitch in the stable. To a pimp, a hoe is a trick, and they gotta pay to play.
We get into all this money shit and the stuff that's going on right now. Everybody acts like this is a fucking career. This isn't a career. This is not a career. This is an opportunity.
What he's saying is that if you have 1, 3, 7, 11 bitches, you have a problem. You need even numbers of bitches because the bitches will organize into friend groups and compete against each other. Meaning that if you have one bitch, she's just going out there working, doing her thing, but she doesn't feel any pressure. You got 2 bitches, they go out there like, I better go ahead and really grind for this paper and bring back 400 because Sally might bring back 400 or she might bring back 500 and she got me looking bad. So I gotta work harder. That's why you have the teams. Does this apply to the square world? Most definitely. You look at capitalism itself. It's a system based on competition. People trying to outdo each other, typically for profit. So competition is what's going to drive performance.
Do you know why? Do you know why this has happened and why boxing is dying? Because the sport has become so greedy. Nobody was ever thinking about the future of the sport. It's about how much money can we all put in our pocket right here, right now. Who cares about tomorrow? So essentially what you get at the end is you get 2 multi-millionaires, right, who step into the ring and do everything they can to avoid a fight so they can win, just barely win, to get to the next multi-million-dollar fight that we pay for, right? And it just became ridiculous, and it's exactly what goes. Think about this. Think about every person in this room right now if I guaranteed you all $37 million. Guaranteed. I guarantee you $37 million this year. Guess what you're going to do? Not much. Not much. Are you going to bust your ass every day? Your alarm's going to go off in the morning. You're going to I'm not going to go to class. Hell do I want to go to class for? I got $37 million. Right? Who's going to class if they got $37 million? Nobody's going to class. You know what happens when you get $37 million and you're a fighter? I don't want to get punched in the face. I got $37 million, man. I'm not getting punched in the face. This is ridiculous. We incentivize guys to fight. You get money to show, and you get money to win. And then you get money for the best fight of the night. You get money for the best knockout, money for the best submission. You're incentivized. No different than any other business in the world.
What does he mean by that? First, let's break down the words. Pimp, we know what a pimp is. Bitch, by bitch, he means hoe, prostitute. These are synonyms. Stable, that means hoe collection, your collection of hoes. So when he says that a pimp must have his game tighter on his bottom bitch than on any other bitch, he's saying you must have your knowledge of and your strategy the best on this bottom bitch. You must know her very well. What she likes, what she doesn't like, how she feels, what she's thinking, what her goals are, what she's angry about. Because your bottom bitch is the first bitch that came into your stable. Your relationship with her has gone on longer and is stronger than with any other bitch in the stable. Often she's your greatest earner. And if not, she's the one who brought the other bitches into your stable. And being that they share the same job title of bitch or hoe prostitute, then they have an easier time relating to one another than relating to you. So your number 2, 3, 4 hoe might have a problem or be angry, and she's more likely to go to the bottom bitch than she is to go to you as the leader, as the boss. So you have to strategically have that strong rapport with your bottom bitch so that she brings back to you the knowledge that you need. She lets you know what's going on in the minds of the other hoes. She also is the centerpiece that allows you to better influence the other hoes.
Yeah, buddy. What's
Welcome
up,
to
man?
UFC, man.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So there's been a lot of hype. I guess the hype is real, man.
Yeah, thank you for staying on.
Take a picture. I just kept saying, dude, you're amazing. You're amazing. You're incredible. So proud of you. You know, I'm really proud of you. You know what Connor told me? He says, I want Khabib in Russia. Is he fucking awesome? He's like, I want Khabib in Russia. Yeah.
I'm not understanding.
Here's a goggle for you, Dana. Proper 12.
I'm not
Proper 12
understanding.
of me. Hands on, hands. Me and the Irish Boston animal, Dana White, the OG of the fight game. He'll suck this bad boy.
I think it's gonna be a long night for him. It's gonna be a long night
Yes.
for him. He knows
Oh,
this.
Lord, save me that.
He knows
baby.
this.
Conor McGregor is a fucking unicorn. There's nothing like him.
You look like you came straight out of the fucking store. You look fucking great. So Floyd's got the one and he got tax problems. That's right. Here we go, Floyd.
I want Floyd Mayweather and I want fucking Khabib in Russia. How do you not love him? How do you not love Conor McGregor? It's amazing.
I'm psycho bred, mate. I don't have that net lick no one's arsehole for a check, like fucking you.
Alright, let's get this show started! The reigning, defending, 155-pound champion of the UFC, the notorious Conor McGregor!
You're in trouble until you cop your fourth bitch. A stable ain't nothing but teams playing against each other to stuff a pimp's pocket with scratch. As long as you got an odd bitch, you ain't got nothing but a stable and a half.
Conor McGregor said that if he wins at 145 pounds, he wants to move up to 155. What do you think?
No, I like Conor McGregor. He come on 55. He's striking guy. I like him. I think he can beat Jose Aldo. Maybe finish him.
Do you like his trash talk?
His trash talk is no bad, and he know how make money, everything. And 5-0 in UFC, 4 finish, and these guys know easy money.
Who do you predict is gonna have it?
I think Khabib will get the lightweight down.
I mean, obviously Conor was the first one to be the mega superstar. Now you got Khabib coming up now. Like, where is he at on that level of fame?
Yeah, well, we've had coverage for this fight in 50 countries around the world, 23 billion impressions. I mean, think of that. 23 billion
a lot of impressions
throughout 50 countries in the world. And if when they break that down and they can calculate media value, it's like $700 million in media value.
Fight. This is the most disgusting thing that has ever happened in the history of the company. And there was a warrant out for Conor McGregor's arrest. After this disgusting, despicable move, I think everybody's relationship with Conor is going to be not so great.
How does this apply to the swear world? As a manager, you may be managing a team. There may be one person on that team that you have the strongest rapport with. That's your bottom bitch. That's the person who's cool with being honest with you, who can give you honesty without, being scared. And that's the person you can rely on to tell you what the other employees are thinking. Maybe one of them might want to file a complaint with you. And that main person that you have that relationship with, they might tell you, and then you can go talk to that employee before things escalate. They are the person who allows you to exert influence among your employees indirectly. You see? So understanding who is that person you have that strongest relationship with and allowing them to be an influencer among their peers. That is the effect of knowing your bottom bitch well and having your game tight on that bottom bitch. Next lesson. All whores have one thing in common. It thrills them when a pimp makes a mistake. Ain't that the truth? And it may just be human nature that people look at leaders, they look at celebrities waiting for you to make a mistake, looking at anyone who appears great, waiting for you to burn down, waiting for you to be exposed. And that's one thing that you have to be able to navigate.
Did that upset you that he kind of shared private conversations?
Listen, I've had people blowing me up left and right. I mean, everybody here knows. I mean, even the ladies, this is some man code stuff. You know, it's just something you don't do. It's one of the dirtiest things you can do, which, by the way, you know, because we're just talking about Diego Sanchez, you know, and Diego Sanchez is in there in a private conversation that I was having with Conor. When you're the number 2 or 3 ranked guy in the world and you're telling me that you want to fight, but you want to fight unranked 39-year-old Diego Sanchez in a main event in Los Angeles, you know.
Yeah, fair enough. How valid is this Pacquiao thing, though? Can you comment on that? I mean, is this a real thing that could happen?
I have no idea.
No idea?
Yeah. Listen, you guys have been asking me about Conor McGregor forever. Did you see Conor McGregor's tweet?
Which one? Well, I think
the retirement tweet?
Oh, yes,
I'm
yes.
retired. Birthday cake. I'm retired.
Supposedly, Cejudo wins. They're going to give it some thought. Cejudo's tried to put him on the spot by shaking Dana White's hand, saying, "If I win, we save the division." Dana White won't do it.
He's such a. I curse it.
Yeah,
He's such a dirtbag. This guy. I don't know how nobody beat the shit out of him yet. Honestly.
Now, what don't you like about Dana White?
I think he's been fucking people forever. Like I've been hurt ever since I've started meeting MMA guys. Like, and I'm not gonna put anybody on the spot or mention him. I have not met a single person that fought for Dana White that had anything good to say about Dana White. I have not, except I can't really say I had a conversation with Conor McGregor about Dana White, but he's the only guy I see chumming around with Dana White as a fighter. Which is ironic because he got ass raped more than anybody on that Mayweather fight by Dana. And if you're chumming around like that, I've already said this to several people. Like,
that Conor got ass raped?
Yeah. Half his money taken on the Mayweather fight by Dana White. Half his money. If I make $80 million and you take 40 before I have to pay anybody else or anything, buddy, we're fighting. Like, I'm fighting you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm definitely not going to chum around and be buddy-buddy with you. That's for sure. You know what I'm saying?
But that was the only way you could fight because Dana White...
I don't give a fuck what the only way you can fight. So you can fight and not be friends. You know what I mean? Like, anytime I had issues with my promoters and managers, they became public spats.
What if it boiled down to you couldn't
get the $80 million unless I let you, though? Yes, of course. I couldn't get the $80 million unless you raped me. Okay, so I'm going to have to get raped by you. But we're not friends, though.
It's easy for another guy to speak when he's not in there in a contact sport. It's easy to get a ton of money off these UFC guys while they're not really getting paid, and he's living better than the UFC guys. There's a difference. When they can say, "Oh, Floyd, he's living better than all his fighters." Well, guess what? I was a fighter myself, so I'll put in the work on both sides.
In MMA, if Dana wants to make $100 million and pay you $2 million, he can do it. He can do it. He don't care if you generate $90 million. You don't have to take the fight. But if you don't take the fight, you don't fight. You know, you don't have the contract with UFC.
You don't have to fight. This isn't the NBA or the NFL where you better be at practice. You better show up and do this. You better do that. You don't have to do anything here. And if these guys want to sit out and retire right now, or anybody feels uncomfortable in any way, shape, or form with what's going on, you don't have to fight. It is all good. So if that's what Conor's feeling right now, John Jones, Jorge Masvidal, you know, I feel you. It's not like I'm going, holy shit, this is crazy. This is nuts. Nothing is crazy and nuts right now because everything is crazy and nuts right now. So on a certain level, I totally understand it and get it.
Basically, it's not that I'm asking for more money. It's I'm asking for a bigger revenue share of what we bring in. You know, I got a lot of questions, and one of them is NBA, NHL, baseball. They make I think 50% of what the players with the organization of the players brings in. But football, I think it's 47%. Mine's is like 18%. So I have these questions in my mind, like why so much to put the cage up cost so much to set up? What is it so much, you know? And
Masvidal, when he spoke to ESPN earlier tonight, he said he laid out a statistic that fighters get paid 18% of the revenue generated by the UFC. Are you able to address that, whether that's accurate and whether that's a number that could change, that he's saying fighters should get more of the revenue that's generated?
Being the financial wizard that he is, I'm assuming his numbers are correct. Here's the thing about Masvidal. We just signed a new deal with Masvidal. Masvidal just signed a new 8-fight deal. He's got 7 fights left on his deal.
They try to hide behind you guys are independent contractors. You have to wear what you tell me to wear. I have to be here at the same time, and I can't fight for anybody else.
It's an extortion.
So to me, if they were really smart, they would take care of all these lawsuits. They could pay these people, you know, the people who need that money like that, and then they're not out in the street broke, are still trying to fight when they're 48 years old because they have to. I want people to be taken care of.
I'm broke, so I need to fight. Hopefully, I get that title shot. But the right name might make me say yes.
I mean, 50 G's would be great. I'm broke as hell. I mean, I am so broke. My whole check is just gonna go to, you know, I got a loan just so I can get a house here. And man.
You know, you got to renegotiate.
Yep.
And Dana's not doing that. If he's got him locked up, he's not going to give him a better percentage. And so at some point, Conor McGregor outgrew the UFC by leaps and bounds and just brought so much value into the whole organization, top to bottom, and created billions of dollars of enterprise value in doing so.
Yep.
And so that's why it's like, it's crazy to see that he's still at their mercy. He's still owned by them. He still can't do whatever he wants, and they're still taking whatever percentage that they were taking.